Benedictus Sirba against Rabi Al-Wahar. Now, here we go. Sirba takes the lead in the BMW. Nice bright yellow color, nice wide outside line, exactly what we want to see. Ooh, 2 wheels off track here as we have failure to chase from Alawar. Alawar does have some mechanical difficulties with the car. Look at the back end of that E46 BMW M3. A lot of damage at the back of that car. Had a heavy wall impact in practice before we went out for the top 32 here today, and is clearly having some difficulties with that car. Very. And we're off. Alawar takes a strong lead here. Enters early, enters wide, comes out of that outside zone though. Having some difficulties here as Sirba is being led off track. Now, we'll revert to that in a moment. There is an element there that is okay for Sirba as he's following the lead driver. Nice wide line now from Alawar as the car seems to be working for him. He misses that inner clipping point, comes out to clipping point 5 now. Here's one of the areas that he had an impact with the wall earlier on, and also had a very heavy impact with the finish wall there. And again, straightens up the car and now hits the wall very hard. Benedict there, but it's coming back strong now. Sirba to lead. And Habali to chase. Very close. Lacking a little bit of angle, both drivers. As Habali now tries to gain back proximity as they go through the first half of the course. Out to clipping point 3. Habali goes a little bit too deep there, overcommits, as Sirba still stays on power, on throttle, all the way out to scoring zone 5. Takes out some cones, dips a wheel off the track, is going to get penalised ever so slightly for that as they come across the finish line. Sirba chasing, Al-Khabali leading, up against the wall, nice aggressive entry. Look at him on that line, stays on that line the entire way around. Absolutely point perfect. Al-Khabali now transitions across, great lead line, stays on track. Sirba is nice and close, but remember, it's easy to chase if that line is perfect. Transition across Al-Khabali now, nice and wide out to the outside line. Sirba there the entire time. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Sirba to chase, full throttle in, up against the wall. Maxide firmly, and a few wheels offline here, as Sirba is now really closing in on Maxide. Look at how close he is, literally inches away. Transitions across, back on his door again. Sirba really here with a point to prove this run. Good line now as they go through their own smoke, as Maxide goes out to zone 5. Again, dipping a wheel there. He's got to be careful that he doesn't do what Daham did and goes off as he comes across. Sirba to lead, Maxide to chase. Transition in, a little bit off the wall, but firmly inside that first zone and not going outside critically. Absolutely perfect. Nice line from Sirba. Great proximity here from Maxide. Nice and wide transition as there's a big fire, an engine fire in Maxide's car. Absolute disaster for Ali Maxide. As mentioned before, issues there and mechanical difficulties with Maxide's car. Here we go, Sirba leading, Bagsy chasing, Bagsy on the back foot already, trying to chase down Sirba. Big initiation by Sirba and nice and wide. Bagsy following suit, over rotation there almost by Sirba, but nice and wide as he comes through the end of scoring zone 1. Transitions across to clip 2. Bagsy on the door of Sirba, now losing a little bit of transition. A lot of angle by Sirba and pulling a gap still, clearly with a lot of grip dial into that car. Good line from both drivers, but only now is Bagsy closing in on him. Getting right on the door. We go. Bagsy to lead. Up the straight. Entering in, Bagsy on that wall. Nice and wide line from Bagsy. Deep into that scoring zone 1. Ever so slightly over the line, but bang on the line now. Great proximity from Sirba though, nice and close. Early transition from Sirba, taking that inside line, but proximity is still there, aggression is there. Bagsy cannot leave him at all. Sirba is still close, putting a little bit of a gap now. Sirba strategically taking that inside line to finish tight. Oh, this is going to be close. Sirba leading, Oort chasing. Down the front straight, entering in, Sirba hard onto the wall, little bit offline there, could have been deeper, now a little bit wide, drops a wheel. Oort is right on his door as we go through the transition into clipping point 2. Severe angle here, dropping a wheel over his Shearbat, but stays wide and stays on angle as they go through their own smoke in clipping point 4. Out wide for zone 5, all the way through. Shearbat just about staying on the circuit. Oort is, and we're off. Lights are green, down the main straight. Oort initiates up against the wall. Great initiation by Oort on that white line. Perfect initiation. Doesn't go off circuit. Now out to clipping point 2 as he transitions back there. Clipping point 2, nice and on line. Out to the wall. Perfect run from Oort. Nice proximity here from Shearbat. But Oort's lead line is way better. Drops a little wheel, just like Shearbat did. Nice and wide, nice and close from Shearbat as they go across the finish line. Door to door. But of course, I don't know. We have to wait and see. Coming in second place, we have Benedictas Shearbat, which means, of course, only one thing.